everybody. Today I wanted to talk about the mistakes I made with our lavender. So there are plenty, and I'm sure I've done more than what I'm about to mention mistakes-wise, but hopefully in the future we can get those corrected and fixed. It takes time, takes planning and everything, but I did want to go over them because I think it's nice to talk about the mistakes because that's how we get better. Finding out the mistakes we made, try not to make them again, and learn from those mistakes. So I did want to talk about them, and I'd have to say one of the first ones was, we moved a little too fast. We got the lavender put into our tiny little greenhouse. We had it in little planters, and it was growing good, and we had quite a bit of them. And anyway, we got them in the ground a little quicker than we should have because we didn't have it all planned out. My rows were pretty crooked, and the area has a lot of trees, and it was a bit shady. I mean, it got a good amount of sun, but there was definitely some trees around, and the lavender down in the corner isn't nearly as big as it is. Really quick, we love lavender. I love that it is such an old plant. It was grown in the Mediterranean area, so it's it loves a dry soil. Our lavender that we grow is an English lavender. I believe it is called Lavender Augustifolia, and it is called also Elegance Purple, and it's beautiful. It smells amazing, and it produces good oils. Well, it is winter hardy, and this last year you'll see coming up here soon is it's definitely had some dead spots, but it is coming in. A lot of people in our area lost their lavender. It was very devastating, and praise the Lord, our lavender did come back. But talking about the problems I did putting it in, and another thing is I tried to use a weed barrier, and it was a cloth weed barrier, but I thought I'll put this down in between the rows, I'll put mulch down, and the grass still came up through, and it didn't work out like I planned. And what we're encountering this year, I mean, we had to weed last year. This year's a lot worse. Even you can kind of see some of the lavender right there. It's still pretty gray. It is coming in, and we'll get some closer shots here in a little bit, but it is okay, and I'm happy that it is coming in. But the grass is coming up in between it, which makes it tricky because we also sell a hydrosol in our cuttings, so now we meticulously have to go through, make sure the grass is out of it, everything, because we don't want that getting mixed in. As you can see here, I also moved our beehives over to our lavender, so that's hopefully will produce some lavender honey. And so those weed barriers, there's definitely some better kinds, and in the future I would love to change and move our lavender. And these are just some of the problems that I encountered or I did wrong, and hopefully we can correct these because we do want to expand, we do want to increase our lavender production, and so these were one of the things that we did that we could have fixed, but that's just kind of what we learned. I did some things not correct, and hopefully gonna change that. So I'm also trimming. I normally trim back the lavender in fall time, and also sometimes in springtime as well. So here we can see some of that torn up weed barrier. The grass just tears it up and it rips it all apart. But you can see how the lavender is got this kind of this dead gray, and I think a lot of people get discouraged. They think their lavender's dead, but it's growing on underneath. But you can see how these weeds are just coming in all around it. So I would definitely make those changes, but it is coming in, so I'm very excited for that. And we do have some color already, and so yeah. I also wanted to mention really quick, we are going to probably have a website. Link will be in the description, so keep an eye on this. But we're going to have the goat milk lotion that my wife makes. It is 100% all natural. We make a beeswax lip balm as well. We do make hydrosol from the lavender, so keep an eye out for that. And otherwise, I just wanted to kind of share with you guys about what mistakes I did, and just show that, hey, it happens, we learn from them, we move on. And again, praise the Lord that it even came in at all. We'll see you in the next video, and God bless.